Beautiful souls, it's AMA Wednesday, where you can ask Maitreya anything during these AMA Wednesday sessions. We're going to be going live for next Wednesday's AMA Wednesday session. So if you can join us at 1 o'clock, we're going to be prioritizing live participants, live viewers, your questions right here with us. We'll be answering them in the chat box. And if you do have a question and you can't make the live at 1 p.m. Central European time, then you can always pop your question in the comments below of today's AMA Wednesday session. And we'll see if we can answer them. But again, we will be prioritizing the live viewers' questions. So come and join us next Wednesday. If you would like to support the channel and to support this kind of work, you probably know by now that you can. And the link to that, to Ko-fi, is in the description box below, as well as in the comment. You can buy me a tea, and that helps us grow, and it allows the channel and this work to grow. So we're going to get started with today's AMA Wednesday session. With the very first question to kick off the session, and that is from Natalia. So let's just see what we've got here for the very first question. I've been a loner for decades. Now I'm feeling I want to join people, have friends, but feel insecure. Need some advice, please. Okay, let's see what we've got going on for you, Natalia. Okay, so there has been devastation, strong, energetic, emotional pain in your heart that has created this defense mechanism where you do find it difficult to trust people. And this devastation that happened in your life put you in such a place, fear, but also anger, anguish. And those energies, they are still in your body. Though at the moment in your current life, they are remaining dormant, which means these are actually quite dangerous energies, because it only takes a small trigger of an activation to awaken them. And these energies, they can become out of control because you don't know when or who, how they might awaken. And that's why these energies that lie dormant, it's important to find reconciliation for them, to validate them, to know that they're actually there, to bring them to the consciousness. And what that will start doing is that will enable you to free these energies up, so that this pathway that leads from these energies in your face to your heart will then start allowing and opening a feeling of more security. But also in your field of awareness, that consciousness and where you are, instead of being limited to a certain radius, if you can guide those energies out from here and that pathway down to your heart, then the limitation that you feel in your life with people, with creating friendships and feeling security, that field can actually start opening, expanding itself more, which means that in your reality, you'll be able to start reaching more, seeing more, but as we mentioned, feeling more secure, Natalia. That's very important for you. So, recognize what anger, anguish is going on inside of your body first and foremost. If you can get in touch with those energies within you, then you will be able to feel in your heart what's going on in those walls, why those walls are there in the first place, why you put them up. And those memories, those data streams, as we like to call them, you might have some flashbacks. They might just come up even after this transmission for you, because we are highlighting that for you. And if you can find those places within you, then you can come to terms with those situations and events that occurred in your life that put those walls up. Now, it's important for you to start feeling safer in your body, but mainly in your solar plexus area, to feel more safe. And you can meditate in the solar plexus, that part of your body, who you are, what you're doing, the identity of you, the strength of you, the security of you. We recommend you putting your hands in this part of your body, just a few inches beneath your sternum, connecting to this place. If you can be still enough, this place will speak to you, it will communicate with you, but it does take patience, and it can take time depending on where you are and how often you visit this area of your body. And we hope that helps you. We thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Just as we exit there was a degree of nervousness and anxiety and worry. Those vibrations will settle the more you can return to this energy center, and the more you can communicate to this part of you, that nervousness and that worry, that they will slowly over time settle. Okay? Who, what is Maitreya? And where are the messages coming from? Why is this energy helping us? Very nice, very nice. Well, you see, the who and what we are. And we will keep this as simple as we can so that your minds and your bodies can digest this information that is coming through without overwhelming. You see, we are a group of energies, and Tiffany is channeling a very specific tone of energy that is very much needed on your planet, the human heart. And our, let's say, job, as you are familiar with that term, as we have been called here from a certain dimension that holds a certain frequency that allows for tremendous healing of your body, of the human body, all parts of your body to heal simultaneously. Yes. And the calling of us as a collective energy has been one of great significance, because it is only during this time, ever in the history, in the let's say the birthing of the earth, and we can go back through millennia, and it is only now that this energy has been able to come through because of the raising of the earth's energy, despite what you see, despite what is going on. So the messages are coming from this specific dimension, because in this dimension, which is where we reside, we hold a tone, as we mentioned, and that is of great importance. That is what is needed and required. It can be seen as a calling. And as that calling made its way into our paradigm, we accepted and we came through the channel known as Tiffany. And the reason why we have come through her channel is because her heart is able to hold our frequency. And that is the very reason why we chose her vessel to bring through those messages, even though she would probably dislike us disclosing this information to you. And she would probably find it quite uncomfortable. But you see, that is the truth, dear one. That is the truth. Her heart is able to hold this frequency from our collective. And in that communion, you can see it almost like a pathway from us to her. We speak the same language. And that means that what we desire in terms of pure frequency, pure vibration, that can be brought through as the transmitter. And okay, beautiful souls, I'm back. So we're going to jump back right into it. I'm actually running out of disk space, so it cut off there, but I'm going to keep an eye on that and just see where we got to. So let's just go back in, because we were answering the question for Anna. Yeah, so we were sharing with you that as the receiver, the transmitter, as we pick up, as Tiffany's vessel picks us up, we can come through to be part of the healing light on your plane of existence. And why is that energy helping the humans of Earth right now? Well, you see, as you can probably feel, experience and see what's going on the Earth plane, it is in great need of help, not just as a collective, but at an individual level. There is much suffering and there is much surfacing and coming out, which means there must be a cleansing. There must be help from what you know as spirit, but it's more of help from the other teams in the metaphysical that not all can see, but more and more are coming through, and it is going to become more let's say, normal for humans and spirit to be having a communion, a conversation, a relationship, because this energy is much needed for the suffering and the pain that has been kept and suppressed on the entire time, the civilization of humanity. So we are here to assist, dear one, and we thank you so much for your question. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My question is, why can't I open my heart fully? My. Let's see what's there for you, my. You see, in your stomach, my. There is a discomfort. And there is a contraction in the energy that resides in the part of your body known as the stomach. And this energy here is greatly affecting your heart. It's a contraction. And that contraction has come from your mother. It's the relationship that you have with your mother. Okay, so this is the very reason why we will be going live next week, because, yes, we are supposed to be doing this in a slightly different way. So bear with me, beautiful souls. We were with my drives are completely full. So let's just get back into it for May, because we were in your stomach area and we were in the relationship with your mother that's created this contraction within you, and that has led to closing. But it's more of, again, similar to Natalia, it's created this defense. So we call these walls, because when one goes through certain events in their lives, that has created a trauma response. This doesn't have to be dramatic. It can be minor. It can be minor traumas enough for the entire body to contract, to start defending itself, to start looking after itself in a way to keep it safe. So it puts up these walls. But what these walls can do over time, it can actually stop us from forming healthy relationships, romantic ones or platonic ones. So it is important for you, Mai, to go into the energy that resides in your stomach. And as you go into the energy that resides in your stomach, you see it's all quite dark and murky there. It's all quite wanting to run, leave, escape, not really want to be here. Which means, again, like we said to Natalia, there's got to be patience to be here and to find what and who is residing underneath the layers in your stomach area. Because things has happened along your timeline, and they need addressing, dear one. They need addressing. So start in the stomach area. You can place both hands. There's an energy center here. There's an energy center here. You can place both of these hands in this part of your body. You can be still enough. You You can start feeling through your sensitivity. You can start feeling what's actually going on here, what wants to communicate with you. Be patient and listen. All right, guys, so we were just saying thank you to May. Can you please tell us more about Ascension? Forgetting our past lives on a weekly basis. Some say it has all started on Atlantis, but it was 5 failed experiments, so what has happened? What still wonders me is why the Intergalactic Council allowed some aliens to take over humanity. There is great confusion here about what is and how things are. Not only on your planet, but in the entire galaxy. And what you must always remember is that from your own perception of what you know and what you can process, meaning what you can understand with your level of consciousness, you can only receive such information which is not always the truth of what universally is happening, is being created, and what is being experienced by all. And the degree of the experience from all will differ from human to human. And this isn't even touching upon the different races, the different species, and the different kinds of collective energies that move quite freely around the earth plane. So what we would say to you is that you must remember, in your level of consciousness of where you are and who you are, there will always be contrast. And it's not just a simple process of allowing, as what you call aliens to take over humanity isn't as simple as that, as there is so many other deciding factors occurring all simultaneously. That is what we suggest for you in your body to remember. The mind is unable to process certain levels and certain degrees of consciousness, and it is in your right to continue in your own expansion, to allow for different varying degrees of information to come through you if that is what you desire. So remember, in this information that you brought to us, we do feel there is a lack in truth and there is a lack in clarity there. We thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I suppose if I find myself in imbalance when I ask myself this question, what would be your suggestion then? You see, there are 2 places within you. There are 2 places within you, and one of them is your stomach. And that's already come up a few times during today's transmission. So go to your stomach, dear one, and go to your heart. Both of those homes will speak to you, will communicate to you. So whenever you are feeling in a place of imbalance, and we'll just give you some context, because Agni did see the energy forecast that we put out on Sunday. That was speaking of a particular word to remember for the month. and that was imbalance. So if you do find yourself in imbalance, return to your stomach, dear ones, and return to your heart. The homes are different for different people, but yours are specifically your stomach and your heart. And ask those places what you need to do. And again, if you can be patient enough to listen, and if you can be still enough to feel in vibration, then there will be a level of communication coming from your body. And that level of communication will speak to you, and what you will hear back is the truth from your body, the truth from your heart. And from that place, you will know what to do. And we thank you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful souls. Such good timing as we are going to be moving for this very reason that was coming up today. So we had a few little, what can we call them? They weren't disturbances, but they were interference, that's the word, little interferences. And that was perfect in the sense to move us onto a different way of us communicating to you. And I think the live format is gonna be it's gonna be more real, because I'm gonna be able to communicate with you guys in real time. And I know these recordings over the last 6 months, they've been so enjoyable. It's been such a pleasure to be able to do this for you all, and for all who have participated, for those of you who come in and join us and just view on a weekly basis, and for those of you who don't even ask questions but you come and watch. It's been a beautiful journey, but over the last few days it has felt like it's needed to shift, and these little interferences today have been a great reminder that next week, let's hop on live. If you can join me at 1 p.m. Central European time, so you can just check what time that will be for you wherever you tune in the world, and actually just let me know in the comments what time would be good for you for me to go live, because if there's a bunch of you that prefer a different time that would work better for you, then I'm going to go for that time. But for now, as we start off, I'm going to be on next Wednesday live, 1 p.m. And I'm going to have a chat with you all. And you can bring through your questions live in real time. I'm going to answer them then and there. I think that's going to be really beautiful. And there's nothing more enjoyable for me to do than to be in the absolute presence of another. And we're going to be able to have that conversation. I'm going to be able to bring those messages through for you. So come and join me at Grandmother Maitreya. Let me just think if there's anything else. Yes, question askers, viewers, if anything resonated with you in today's AMA Wednesday session, let me know in the comments. If you asked the question, let me know how you felt from the answers that came through for you. And of course, if you would like to ask a question for next week's session, pop them in the comments below. Hopefully I'll be able to get round to it. But again, we're going to be prioritizing those that are coming in on the live. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't pop any questions below. Please do. And I send you love and blessings for being here. If you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe to the channel, because that's going to help us to reach more beautiful souls like yourselves. Until next Wednesday, I'm going to see you beautiful souls live. Love and blessings. Love and